Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. I hope you're all doing great, and hope you're, I think the better thing to say is hope you're holding on relatively well in these markets. The markets over the course of this morning have been relatively bearish. That already started yesterday. I mean, what we saw yesterday is that the volatility index started to increase. Gold has been absolutely parabolic for the last month already, but that means that there's quite a lot of unrest in the markets, and yesterday that really had an effect on equity markets and therefore also on other financial markets. I don't want to call the crypto market an equity market just yet, at least not the entirety of it. But that has caused crypto to push down as well. And that's very much the story of this morning. The volatility index right now is at 28.2, which is the highest level it's been at since the end of April. Obviously, back then, we had just bottomed out 2-3 weeks before that, but the market circumstances were still not amazing compared to the months before. And you can see gold is still going absolutely parabolic. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's an end to that at this point of time. But there you can see the S&P 500. I mean, equities have been relatively weak. That's pushing Ethereum down. So that's the story of what's going on in the market right now. Now, ultimately, I have to be honest and say that, I'm quite bearish on Bitcoin here. I think we can push down lower. I think we're relatively, closer to a local bottom than the local top. I mean, the last support level was 110,000. Bitcoin right now is trading at 105,000, a little bit below that even. I think 100,000 is a low support level that's hard to reach, right? So I think Bitcoin will find support a little bit earlier. So in that sense, I also think that Ethereum has a good chance to find support relatively soon. But overall, when we're talking about Ethereum, I don't think it looks that bad. I mean, if we look at the daily time frame, this could very well just be a consolidation for Ethereum, right? We had a massive breakout here above this key level between 3,600 and 3,800, which you can even see on the higher time frames is a very, very relevant level. And on the higher time frames, on the 3-day time frame, on the weekly time frame, we are still holding that. And my apologies for that. There's some alerts coming in, but we're still holding that. All right, we're still holding this consolidation. As long as we're holding that consolidation, yes, we have lost a level right here at 4,050. 4,050 is also a bit of a respected level. So it's not that we're holding all the support levels and that we are bullish, but I do still think that Ethereum is neutral. And neutrality, not being bullish nor bearish, I mean, on the lower time frames we're bearish, but I mean on the higher time frames, I think being neutral is a bullish thing in these markets. All right. Now, ultimately, we are very much in the grace of the fundamentals. All right. That is true. But at this point of time, we're entering a major support level for Ethereum right here between 3,650 and 3,500. And I would say it's most likely we're going to hold that. And even if we get bad news, we have an absolutely massive support level between 3,200 and 3,000. There we have a fair value gap still. We have the 0.618 FIB and we have the yearly rolling VWAP. If we drop down into that, I'm buying Ethereum. I'm just calling it right now. It's not financial advice, but that's such a strong level. And I'm so convinced still about the fundamentals of Ethereum going into the end of 2025 and going into 2026. That I think that's a good buy area for the long term. But I would say short term, unless we get bad news, I would say it's actually most likely we will just hold this level right here between 3,600 and 3,500. And that, maybe we will not get a pump from there, but I do think we will at least be able to get some stability. And within that stability, obviously, we have a chance to get some recovery fundamentally, or maybe get some recovery just specifically for crypto, which has underperformed the financial markets slightly over the course of the last 2 weeks. So those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know about Ethereum. So yes, short term, I think it's quite likely we'll push down lower. But ultimately, when we're talking about the structure, our main support level is 3,600, 3,500. My apologies for that sound again. I'm going to turn it off. But I do think we'll be able to hold that. So those are my thoughts. I'll keep you updated on that. But for now, take care in these markets. I will see you on my next videos and bye.